Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into a leaked internal Google document that's causing quite a stir. It claims Google, and OpenAI for that matter, have no real competitive advantage in the AI arms race. Intriguing, right?
Absolutely. This is explosive stuff. The core argument seems to be that open-source AI is rapidly surpassing both Google and OpenAI. What's the evidence presented?
The document highlights several key areas. First, it points to the astonishing progress in running LLMs on resource-constrained devices. They're running foundation models on Pixel 6 phones. Think about that. Personal AI on your phone.
That's incredible. And what about other advancements?
Well, the document also mentions scalable personal AI, achievable with fine-tuning on a laptop. Responsible release is also discussed, pointing to the abundance of readily available open-source art and text models. And multimodality? Solved in an hour?
Whoa, so open source is not only catching up, but in some ways exceeding the capabilities of Google and OpenAI's models?
Precisely. The document argues that while Google and OpenAI models might have a slight edge in quality, the gap is closing incredibly fast. Open-source models are faster, more customizable, more private, and surprisingly capable, considering their resource constraints. They're achieving results with $100 and 13B parameters that Google struggles with, using $10 million and 540B parameters. That's a huge difference.
That's a staggering cost difference. So, what's Google's proposed solution, or rather, their assessment of the situation?
The document suggests Google has no secret sauce. Their best bet is to collaborate with the open-source community, prioritize third-party integrations, and perhaps most importantly, rethink their reliance on giant models. They argue that smaller, more easily iterated models might be the future.
I see. It's a pretty radical shift in thinking, isn't it, to essentially admit they're behind and need to embrace open source.
Exactly. The document even suggests that focusing on maintaining the largest models is a disadvantage. They emphasize the power of low-rank adaptation, low-KRA, a technique that allows for much cheaper and faster fine-tuning. It's a game changer.
It certainly sounds like it. This whole thing hinges on the speed of iteration, right? Open source allows for much faster development cycles.
Absolutely. The document details a rapid timeline of open-source advancements following the leak of Meta's LMA model. It's a stunning display of community-driven innovation. The speed at which improvements are being made is simply breathtaking.
It's almost unbelievable. So what about OpenAI? Does the document address their position in all this?
The document argues that OpenAI is making similar mistakes, clinging to a closed-source approach. They suggest that OpenAI's competitive edge is also questionable, and that open-source alternatives will eventually eclipse them unless they change their strategy. It's a pretty bold statement.
It is. It's a fascinating analysis, highlighting the potential disruption of open-source ATI. It makes you wonder what the future holds for the big players.
Indeed. The document concludes by emphasizing the importance of owning the ecosystem, a strategy Google itself has successfully employed with Chrome and Android. They argue that by embracing open source, Google could regain its position as a leader. It's a call for a significant shift in their approach. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening to Tech Bytes and News. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.